Well, good morning. It is Saturday morning here in Edinburgh. It's been absolutely freezing the last few days here, literally below minus. And yesterday I went out walking and the cold was so intense on my face that I came out in this awful rash. And I don't think I've ever felt it be so cold here. So it's been quite a shock. We've got the heating on. It's beautiful and toasty in here. And so I'm just kind of hibernating in the house. I stayed in last night, which is very rare for me on a Friday. I'm usually always somewhere, but I just had the intense desire just to stay at home, not go anywhere, have the heating on. I would love to have a real fire there burning, which would just make everything even more cozy. But I just sat in the house and enjoyed being warm. And then when I went to bed, I was cozied up in my beautiful thick duvet. And this morning I was watching TV in bed. It was just bliss. So I'm definitely enjoying being at home. Yesterday I went to have my hair cut, which I think looks a lot better. And I also dyed it darker, back to my original colour. This is something that I usually do at this time every year. I have my highlights throughout the year, which give it a bit of a softness. And then when it gets to, I have it done about twice a year, and then you can't really add any more without it looking too blonde. So what I usually do in this time in the winter is just make it back dark, and then I'll leave it like this for 2 months, till early spring, maybe a bit more, and then I'll have them refreshed again and it looks good for the spring. But I always like to go back to my base colour for winter time, and it just gives my hair a bit of a reset without having the highlights in it. So I can't really see what it looks like on camera. I'm wearing nothing on my face, I'm cosy at home, so I probably look a bit pale, but yeah, I'm happy with my new cut. It always makes me feel fresh, and my new colour. Tonight I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner at my American neighbour's house. She's had this for the last 4 years that I've been living here, and although Thanksgiving was like 2 weeks ago, she was away and some other people are away who are American, who wanted to attend, so she decided to have it this weekend. And this is always a highlight of my festive period because we have beautiful food, drinks, and it's just one of those times where everybody gathers what it's supposed to be, enjoying each other and having fun. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going there this evening, which means I will have to leave the house. But now I am thinking about starting to decorate my Christmas table. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that is something that I do every year. I like to treat myself to some new things for the table, and that is what I'm going to do. That is what I have done this year. I've just ordered quite a nice big delivery from Rebecca Udall, who is one of my favourite tablescape companies. I find that you can get everything from there and everything is really beautiful. So everything came yesterday. I've got 3 boxes of goodies and I thought that I would go through each one, unbox them. I haven't looked through any of them yet, so it's going to be a nice surprise for us both. And I'll show you what I've bought, and then later on this weekend I will set the table and get my phase 2 of Christmas decorating done. So last week I did the tree, which you can see, which I've really been enjoying, by the way. Next I'll do the table, and then I need to think about doing my garland for the fireplace and probably a wreath for the front door too. And that will be it for Christmas decorating, so it's feeling very, very festive. I also want to thank everybody for their really, really kind comments about my last video. It's had a lot of views already and everybody was very sweet about my little secret sharing that I told you about, so thank you for that. It's very, very sweet and I appreciate all of your love and kindness. So without further ado, let's get through this pile of boxes. I'm very excited to share what I've got. Okay, so first we'll unbox the smallest one and we'll see what is in here. This one doesn't feel too heavy, so I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's always very exciting. Aha. So, these are glasses. Just want to make sure that everybody can see. I'll just unwrap one of them. Aren't they gorgeous? I think these are the water glasses that I ordered. And I just loved these because they're so chic for water glasses. So I've got 6 of these. I love these. Wow, beautiful. And they're so thin. The quality is just gorgeous. Okay, let's do the next one. This one feels a lot heavier. And there's lots of little things in here. So let's just start here. Wow, I love candles. So first of all, let's admire this box, which is just gorgeous. It's like a chinoiserie kind of style. And then it pulls open and we have gorgeous candles. So these are a sage green candle, and I've got 6 of them. They're really beautiful and tall. And I just wanted a lot of candlelight on my Christmas table this year, so they will be perfect. I'm very pleased with them. Okay, what is in here? Let's just have a look. I think this is more glassware. Champagne flutes. Oh, I just love these so much. They're so beautiful. Let's push this back. How gorgeous are those? So unique and again thin and just gorgeous. I love them. And I have 6 of these as well. So I've just opened all of the glassware and now we're going to move on. I really love the packaging. It is like Christmas Day for adults. Oh. So these are my new table linens. And I just love the very simple elegance of these white linen table mats. What I've decided to do this year, my dining table is usually covered with a cloth, but I just thought it would look so elegant and chic to take off the cloth, have the bare wood exposed, and then just put these gorgeous, crisp, white table linens on top. And I think that will look so wonderful. And the quality of these is just gorgeous. They are absolutely perfection. So I have 6 of those. They're perfect. I'm so happy with them, and I think it's going to look great with the white and the dark wood, the contrast. I always like to try new things at Christmas time. And then in here, I'm thinking this is probably cutlery. Yes. So I've gone for this beautiful tortoise handled cutlery, which again with the dark brown wood, the white placemats, linen placemats, these sitting on top, I think will look smashing. I really love those, they're gorgeous. Everything is gorgeous. It is definitely like Christmas Day here for me. I'm going to show you this next. So we have a beautiful pouch, and side. What do we have? More linens. Oh, gorgeous. So again, I wanted to go very simple. As with the Christmas tree, it's gold, green, golden green. And so with my table, I also wanted to keep restrained elegance. We've got these napkins with this stitched gold edge. And I will fold these probably like that. And they are very smart, or even just like that on the table. So beautiful, really gorgeous. I'm very happy with those. And everything comes so well packaged from Rebecca Udall. Oh, and here we have the corresponding cocktail napkins. And I just thought that the water glasses that I've got can go on those, and they're really, again, just gorgeous and so versatile. They'll work throughout the whole year, not just Christmas. Very practical and beautiful, timeless linens. And finally, box number 3. Let's see what we have in here. I think I know what this is. I've suddenly remembered, and this has a whole box to itself. So let me show you. So every table setting needs a centerpiece. And so I decided to get a new bowl, which is this. This is so beautiful. And so this is going to sit in the middle of the table. I was thinking we could make an arrangement in here, some Christmas foliage, and I just think it would all spilling over the edge with some moss on top for the centre of the table. Again, in white against the dark wood of the table. This is going to look really great. So that is the haul that I got from Rebecca Udall. Really beautiful things. And by the way, I've linked everything in the description box so that you can have a look for yourselves. And if there is anything that you would like to buy, it will all be linked there for you. But isn't this gorgeous? And now I'm super delighted and happy and excited to start setting the Christmas table. So I just wanted to show you all of the glassware sitting on top of the new bar. It looks so handsome there. And aren't these glasses just the most enchanting? Those champagne flutes especially, I cannot wait to serve some gorgeous bubbles in those. But this beautiful long stem, I think it's a real occasion glass. It's looking very nice. I'm a big fan of glassware, as you can probably imagine. Let me know what you think. Welcome to the dining room. I'm now going to set the table. But first of all, I just want to apologise. It is so dark today. One of the things that really annoys me about Edinburgh is the darkness. I mean, in wintertime, it is like 12 o'clock in the afternoon here, and it's so dark. There's a grey cloud, it's raining, and I just get so frustrated by the lack of light, but that is just me. It always looks better when the sun is shining in and we get a natural light, beautiful natural light that just lifts the room and makes you be able to see everything a lot better. But I was waiting for the sun to come out. I've checked the weather forecast and we're not going to get that, so I just need to keep calm and carry on. So I'm going to set the table, and the first thing that I'm going to do is get rid of the tablecloth to reveal the wood. Now this is the first time that I've actually done a table setting with this table, showing the wood. So this is going to be exciting, and I think something different and beautiful. The wood is in great condition. It's a beautiful table, and I just think this is going to look really special. So I'm excited. Now, as always with my table settings, I like to begin first with the placemats, if you're using them. I think this is a great way to find out exactly how much room that you have on the table. So I'm going to be setting this for 6. These are so beautiful. I don't want to iron the crease out of them in a way, because I think it might just take away from the fresh beauty and newness of them. So I am going to leave them exactly as they are, with that little crease, and it will come out on its own eventually. I'm actually going to set the table for 4 today, so we're going to leave the 2 ends empty, and that is because I'm having friends over for dinner and there's only 4 of us who are going to be dining, so we don't need to use the others. So I have 2 spare, so I'll just pop these in my little linen cupboard. Now what I'm going to do is layer these up with these gold charger plates. I only really use these at Christmas time, so that makes them a special occasion item. And with my plates that I'm going to be using, this will just give a nice gold edge to the plate. So I'm going to be using, I'll show you in a second, my white basket weave plates with a brown edge, which kind of picks up the wood. But to have this gold trim around them will just add to the occasion, the festive occasion, and really bring out what Christmas is all about, which is a bit of sparkle and a bit of magic. So yeah, these are going to lift everything up. It's a nice accompaniment to the white linen, and that crease that I was talking about is now not visible, and you still get the beautiful crisp freshness of very brand new linen. These are my basket weave plates. They have this gorgeous trim on the edge that looks like basket weave. And these are great. Again, they do pick up the wood of the table, so they look wonderful. And I just love this with the gold trim. Now with my dining room, I'm thinking that it's kind of a room that I've neglected a little bit. I've focused mostly on the living room and the bedroom. But I think it's time for me next year, early next year, to really give some thought to this room. I've got all of these framed botanicals on the wall, and I think what I'm going to do is take them all down. I've got 3 here, 6, 7 here, 8, 9, 10, 11 in here, and then I've got 4 in the kitchen, and then I've got some more in storage. So in my back hall, I'm thinking I'm going to wallpaper or paint it and make that my kind of botanical gallery where all of these live together and fill up the walls. And then in here, I want to do something a little bit special. So I'm thinking about either having a very rich jewel toned paint colour or something a little bit more extreme, getting a friend of mine who's an artist called Thomas Winter to paint me a mural in the whole room. Now I'll show you what I mean a bit later on. I've got an idea that Nicky Haslam did in his hunting lodge in Oxfordshire. I'm not sure how possible it is or whether Thomas can do it. He's very talented, but whether he has the time and patience, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking that this room is quite a special room. You walk through here all the time just to go to the kitchen. And even though I'm not always dining in here, this table is often used as kind of like a library table where you have books and flowers. So it's kind of like an ante-room where you always pass through. So I think we need to do something special with this. And when I was just setting the table, I was thinking that it's a shame that the walls are quite bare, but we will get to it, there's no rush. And I think that this table setting is going to look great anyway. So yeah, those are my little thoughts about what I'm going to do with this room. And I'd like to know what you think about that in the comments. And of course, I always like to hear your suggestions as well. Okay, so next I like to place my cutlery. And this is kind of the final thing that you have to think about in terms of space on here. So I have a fork, a knife and fork for the dinner that I'm going to be serving. So they just go here. And then I'm going to be serving just a soup. So I'll put the soup spoon there. Now, I don't have dessert spoons or forks for this set, so I'm not gonna put those onto the table setting. I'll bring those out at the end when dessert is served. So I'm just gonna lay this out, and I really do love this tortoise shell cutlery. It looks so glamorous and elegant. And again, just the brown, gold, white. Looks so traditional and chic. I'm very happy with how this looks. And on these placemats, we actually have a stitched hem border. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping the cutlery inside that border and leaving the trim completely bare so that you get to see the detail. And that is a great way to measure up your cutlery as well. You can use the stitch to line everything up properly without having to measure anything. If you like to focus on those little details, which I think are quite nice and important, that is a great way to do that. Now the next part is the glassware, which I always find transforms the table and is quite exciting. So we'll start first with our water glasses. I'm just going to pop this onto the edge of the placemat here. I really think these are so beautiful. And then we have our wine and champagne flutes. So I'm just going to make this into a little triangle like that. And I like this because you've got varying heights and it creates this shimmery interest. It looks great. I love that. Now sometimes you might be setting the table and you realise that you have to adjust something. So I've just realised that with the placement of the glassware here like this, it's covering the middle of the table. So what we're going to have to do is bring the glassware onto the placemat instead. Still in the same formation, but so that it's just not into the middle of the table. And that also means that you have to bring down the cutlery and other things. So you always have to account for those little changes that you might have to make. I would like to keep the centre free for the centerpiece, because that's kind of what's going to make the table really sing. And even though I will probably remove that when we eat so that it's not covering up the whole table, when your guests walk in, or even just for your own pleasure, it's nice to be able to have that there free. So just a little bit of adjustment, but that is okay. Also, I'm not sure that I'm totally loving the gold charger. So I do have these brown rattan, and I'm just going to swap them around and see how that looks. It might look better, but we'll see. I think it looks better with the brown rattan. So, yes, I'm going to swap them. I'm going to swap them over. And this is what I like the most about setting the table. You don't have to stress about making these decisions. It's not like we're world leaders who have to decide really terrible things. We have the joy of having to make beautiful decisions. And this is great. When you go through the table, you can see how it looks. And oftentimes your initial plan doesn't go as expected. And so you just swap them out and make the change. And now that I'm seeing it like that, I'm thinking maybe it was better before. Okay, back to the original plan. I'm going to put the gold back in. It's Christmas, we need some gold. Yep. This is sometimes what happens in the mind of Nicholas Fairford. Chaos. The gold is going back in. Can't promise that I won't change it round again. Okay. And next we have our linen napkins with this gold border. This might bring all the gold together now, so maybe this was the right decision. So to fold these, I'm just going to do a very simple fold. Fold them in half, and I'm just going to lay them on top of the plate like that. So now we're going to think about the centre of the table, and this is always where it comes together. So I'm just going to grab the bowl, and this is going to go here. We might need to move this glassware again. I'm thinking yes, we are. Especially because this is going to be filled with flowers and things. So I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to change my glassware. Let's see. I'm going to have to change the glassware, definitely, so that this fits here in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a following line like this, where it kind of goes around the setting. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Still looks very pretty. So even though this isn't done yet, I'm going to do this a bit later on. I like to see how it goes in terms of placement and how it will fit. And then I'm going to put these candlesticks either side, and then I want to create some height variation again, so I'm going to put these ones towards the end, like this. And I just think that a beautiful row of candlelight. Okay, so I have just put all of these candles on the candlesticks off camera because they needed to be lit with a match at the bottom to make them secure. So I just added these in, and you can see that it really transforms the whole table having this light. And I think that when you light these candles, they're going to shimmer and reflect off this beautiful glass and off the shininess of the wood, which is what I was hoping for. And I think this is going to be really magical. So this is not the finished product for my Christmas table. This is the very beginning baseline. I do need to do the centerpiece, which I'm going to do later in the week. I need to go out and forage for a little bit of foliage because I want to have some winter foliage in there, and then I want to get some white and green flowers. So I will do that later on in the week. And then I'm just going to see how else I can add some festive touches. I think with these napkins, I could maybe fold them a different way and perhaps secure them with a little bit of rosemary or another plant like that to add a little bit of festive touch. But in terms of glamour and elegance, this is a very good start. It's exactly what I was hoping that it would be, and something very different to my usual Christmas decor. And I just feel that when I look through to the living room and I see the tree, everything flows really beautifully and it's looking so wonderful. At Christmas time, I like to try new sweet treats and things that I wouldn't usually eat during the year that kind of become traditions that you look forward to at Christmas. And one thing that I discovered a few weeks ago is something, it's an American dish from the South, and it's called a marshmallow salad. Another name for it is ambrosia. And what this is, it is so festive, I think. It is tropical fruits, like here we've got some mandarins, papaya, pineapples, and you put them into a bowl with little marshmallows, coconut, and sour cream is what you're supposed to use. I have decided that I'm going to make this for the first time. I want it to become a Christmas tradition because it's something that I would never really eat throughout the year, but it is so easy to make and very, very satisfying that I think it would be a great new thing to have every year at Christmas time. The only thing is I'm slightly adjusting the recipe because instead of using sour cream, I think it would be nicer to use double cream. So I've just whipped up some double cream with a little bit of fine sugar and vanilla extract. And then, so I'm going to use that instead of sour cream because I just think it will be more sweet and more sinful. So I really like the idea of doing it. But yeah, it is very, very simple. We just throw everything into the bowl and mix it like a salad. And there you have a marshmallow salad. And I think it just sounds so charming. We don't really have anything like this in the UK. So I just thought that it would be something unique and fun to try. So I'm going to make that now. I've already whipped the cream. So let's get started. So let's begin. Now, when I've whipped my cream, I've made it a little bit more loose than usual because we are going to be stirring things through. So I didn't want it to be totally stiff peaks. So as you can see, it's quite loose, but we're going to put this into the fridge once it's done. And so it will harden up then as well. But as we stir everything through it, it kind of needs to be a little bit more loose. So you can see here that we've got a lovely soft cream. And this is going to form the base of our marshmallow salad. And now I'm just going to add everything else in. So we've got our mandarins. Give them a stir. The rest of our tropical fruits. Marshmallows. I'm going to put them all in. It's quite a lot, but I think it's best to have as many as we can. Some glazed cherries. They're going in too. And then finally our coconut. So that's going in. Just going to do about this much. It looks a bit of a mess, but just stir this through. And how fun is this? This is so fun. And I think this is going to be my new favourite festive treat. It looks wonderful. It looks like a little box of jewels with all of the fruits popping through. So I'm being careful not to overmix this. And the cream does absorb everything really well, so I'm glad that I didn't over whip it. I'm just going underneath, making sure that we've got everything nicely combined. Okay. That looks pretty good. Some more coconut. Just gonna try to make the presentation look a little bit better. We'll wipe the edge of the bowl with a napkin all the way around. Okay. Then I've got a little spoon. I'm just going to flatten this down a little bit. And now I'm just going to sprinkle on some of the coconut on top, just to give it that textured finish on the top. And so that when you bite into the marshmallow salad, you've got a crunch. And to finish off, I've got these cherries, and I'm just going to place them on top with the stalks facing up in any old way, because that's what a salad is supposed to be like. And I think that looks pretty nice. And there we have it, our marshmallow salad. A beautifully charming dessert that is wonderful for this holiday festive period. Just have a little try of this part here on the edge to try not to mess up the dish. That is so wonderful. You get the sweetness of the cream, the crunchiness of the coconut, and the squidgy softness of marshmallow, and then the tropical flavour of all the fruits. I don't think you can get a better combination than that. That is heavenly and is definitely going to be a new favourite. I implore you to try it. And this recipe will be in my new Christmas ebook as well. Well, before I go, I just wanted to tell you about my new Christmas ebook, which is now out. I last did a festive ebook 2 years ago. I haven't done one since then, so I thought that it would be nice to bring it back, updated with some new things in there that are great for the festive period. So we've got from how to decorate the Christmas tree, how to set the perfect table, some festive recipes, but perhaps the best thing about the ebook is my gift guide. So this new gift guide is packed with over 50 unique special gifts for the home, for loved ones, for friends, for family. I've spent a lot of time thinking about really unique special gifts that you won't really find on any other gift guide. Throughout this year, when I've seen things that I thought might be wonderful for Christmas gifts, I've noted them down in anticipation for this ebook. So they are really special and unique, and I can't wait for you to see what I've come up with. It's also got a few personal things in about past Christmases that I've enjoyed and just how I like to celebrate and enjoy the festive period. Another really exciting thing about the ebook is that every single person who buys a copy of the ebook for just £4 will be automatically entered into a prize draw to win one of my Nicholas Fairford Botanica Fine Fragrance candles. So yes, everybody who buys the ebook will be automatically entered into that draw to win the candle. So for £4 you're getting the ebook, which I think is pretty special, but you could also win a candle, which is valued at £49. So yes, do check out the Christmas ebook. I've put the link in the description box below for you. It's also pinned in the top comment if you would like to buy that. And I would say that it is a great little guide for Christmas and celebrating the festive period. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I'm looking forward to filming a lot more Christmas content this week in anticipation for the next video. So I will get the Christmas centerpiece done, and hopefully we can start working on the wreath for the door and the garland for the fireplace, plus a lot more coming soon. I really do love this time of year. It's so magical and special. And again, it's so nice to be able to share it with you. Enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you next time, but until then, take care. Bye-bye.